Hey everybody, hopefully you can hear me fine. So, I peruse an auction that's local and I'm able to just show up and pick up instead of having shipped. So I'm always looking for stuff. They don't usually have a lot of IT, but occasionally something comes across. A couple of years ago I picked up a PowerBook 520C that belonged to a teacher, things like that. So anyway, I did pick up a few things. I also stopped at Goodwill on my way back and found a couple of things there. So I thought I'd do just a real quick stream to show off the content. So let's switch camera views here. And of course I didn't set up the transition, so now I gotta go find it. That's not it. Where did I put it? Oh, come on, Eric. That's not it either. That's not it. That's not it. What the heck happened to the... We're experiencing technical difficulties because the operator has lost his screen. There it is. Okay, transition. Boom. All right. So this is one of the things that kind of intrigued me that I wanted to pick up. There were a couple of other books that came with it. Nobody else bid on it. I got it for $1. So it's a Unix System 5 user guide. And Unix System 5 is kind of the standard that a lot of the, Linux was based on, and, BSD and some of the other Unixes that were, that came out. AUX is based on System 5. So I thought this user guide would be kind of cool to pick up. It's got, how the Unix system works, and it's a good introductory thing. Creating a file. Let's see what else was in it. There was a, the prior owner had left a couple of things in there. So this was some notes with a phone number and Sioux City, and I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The other thing that I found in here was, it looks like a directory listing from 1990. At least the files are from 1990. And it's a bunch of TI files. I didn't look it up to see what the TI extension is. But anyway. And they highlighted pc.ti. You can't really see it. There we go. So it's kind of fun when you find stuff like that, these books. So what came along with that book was Macromedia Fireworks, Extending Fireworks and Using Fireworks. So don't have any idea what Fireworks is. Looks like it's some kind of graphic editing software. Let's go to the getting started. Fireworks 4 is the solution for professional web graphics design and production. So there you go. So, maybe somebody would be interested in those. And then some of the other things I bid on. Surplus, Science and Mechanics Surplus Projects. 22 best buys in surplus for 1961, plus surplus dealers directory. So apparently you could get a scuba scooter for half the price, or a satellite scope, or a $20 converter operates DC surplus, a 35mm projector, $12 parts cost. Anyway, I thought it'd be kind of neat to go through these old ads and articles. So camping can be comfortable. That's why I have a trailer. and then there's a spotting scope or something. And some other, what's this plate before it? Oh, you can make your own meter dial for meters. So this, this might be fun to look through. Is there a chapter on how to hit a backhand? Maybe. Who knows? And here's a science fair projects book. Microilluminator for opaque viewing. So they've got, a couple of microscopes. A satellite computer. So this has got science experiments in it. And ads, of course. A super sensitive light meter. Building a Wimshurst static machine. My father used to get like Mechanics Illustrated and stuff like that when I was a kid. I always went through those magazines. I never was able to afford to buy the stuff to make the things, but anyway. That's kind of cool. Another science experimenter. Home lab vacuum system. A $3 polariscope. $15 repulsion coil. So again, fun little projects. That looks like it's a Van de Graaff machine, maybe? Yep. What else is in here? That's interesting. Probably an electric motor. Demonstrating model DC motor. I once did a build your own little motor circuit thing using, magnet, coiled wire, and things like that. Built little kits and then took it to my daughter's, was it third grade science or third grade class? They had a, parents could come in and teach for the day kind of a thing. And so I did that. I gave everybody a kit and then had them assemble it. And it was touchy. It was, they weren't rare earth magnets because I couldn't afford to buy all the stuff I needed for it. They were cheaper magnets. But about, I think a third of the kids were able to get a working motor in class. Another third were able to get their parents to help them do it when they took it home. Because I made the kits so they could just take them home. And then I think they worked on it the next day in class or something, and they were able to get some working motors going. So that was kind of a fun thing to do. At one time in college, I considered going into secondary ed for science and mathematics, and decided I didn't want to deal with that. And considering the way things are now in schools, I'm kind of glad that I decided not to take that route. So this is another book, Having Fun with Transistors, and this is from, it costs $2.50, and what's the publishing date? 1962. So this is actually a year older than I am. So they've got, so, wiring up point-to-point, wiring without a breadboard or anything. A radio mobile. So it's a radio that's a mobile that you hang, I guess, so that your kid can get, exposed to electronics. Lemon juice oscillator. That might be fun to do. So I guess the lemon juice acts as a oh, okay. So you've got a penny and lemon juice, so you end up making a cell out of it, and then varying resistance probably, or something, or varying current, or I don't know. Anyway, so they make a simple battery out of a penny and a lemon. Sherlock ohms. Electronic eyeball. I wonder what that is. Probably something that would make you go blind. I don't know. So some of these might be fun to do. 103 simple transistor projects. Oh, someone's notes in here. So they had some notes on some simple transistor circuits. Well, it looks like here's something that's got some vacuum tubes. Okay. When's this book from? This book is from 1964. So this is not quite as old as I am. So I was born in 63. Yeah, pages are a little bit... Oh, a Geiger counter is the last project. So that's interesting. Microwave broadcast transmitter. Headset booster. Oh, 10, 15, 20 meter DX transmitter. That's a good way to get in trouble. Too much power and you're violating transmissions. 10 meter amateur transceiver. So a lot of these look like vacuum tube circuits. Mobile shortwave converter. Oh, that's kind of neat. Do they have a flux capacitor in here? No, doesn't appear to. Computer circuit projects you can build. This one's in a little better shape. It is from 1963. And we've got, what is this? An automatic signal, sorry I lost, flasher. So that circuit uses tubes. And there's the curve that you get for the flasher. A rally computer. So it calculates distance, time, and rate of miles per hour. Well, look at that. That's neat. You know, more of that point-to-point kind of circuit construction. You know, there's a series of YouTube videos where some guys have been rebuilding the Apollo command module communication circuits, like finding the actual vintage equipment and then setting it up so that they can try to you know, have the audio, video, and telemetry signals and reproduce them. It's very interesting if you're into that kind of thing. I suggest watching it because it's amazing how they compressed so much information onto you know, the kind of circuits that they had. You know, and how heavy the craft was because of all the stuff they had to take with them. So, the magic lamp. What is this? While the device to be described is not really magic, it will serve, for example, as a completely self-contained, automatic, cordless night lamp. The handy little self-switching light is shown, so it must be a light, yeah, photovoltaic light detection circuit, and then it turns a lamp on. So essentially a night light. Oh, they've got a chapter on analog addition, so it must be doing analog circuits to do adder circuits. You know, a lot of the most successful and useful computers early on were analog and not digital. So, electronic tachyometer. Okay. A logic lock. battery trickle charger, perpetual motion. Don't let anybody, don't let the Russians get a hold of this. They'll have perpetual motion machines. Huh. So it must be, it uses a photocell or something to power it. Perpetual motion machine is what you're trying to do. This little machine is always trying to illuminate the photocell. Your task is to control how often this is allowed to happen and for how long. Okay. Something to read. The Sono lamp. So it's a lamp. And so it's a sound. I wonder if this is the clapper. Maybe this is the original clapper. Circuit operation. Voltage variations resulting from the action of audio energy on the carbon mic are coupled with the base of X1 through capacitor C1. Electron flow is from the negative terminal of the power source through R1, M1. Yeah, it's a clapper. So it's basically an audio switch. The black box. So you build it and you're supposed to figure out what it is. What is it? Behind the black box is not to see how much can be crammed in a small box. This little device can be quite a puzzle to persons who pick it up for the first time and try to light the lamp. Actually, their chances for lighting the lamp are 1 in 6. Okay. So it's like a puzzle box to light a lamp. Okay. Oh, and here's the puzzle box. Anyway, neat little project. This is something that would have come in handy to someone at the time. Transistor substitution book. Most accurate and complete guide for transistor substitution available. In what year? In 1965. So it's got a list of transistors and what you can substitute for each one. Terminal guides. Oh, and it's got a nice little guide that shows you how all the terminals look. It's funny, we all look everything up online now, but we don't use books like this. RCA Transistor Manual. So this is from RCA. And it is from 1966. And it discusses materials, junctions, and devices. So it's probably got a lot of theory, some applications, transistor selection charts for different types. And it's a catalog of all the different types of transistors. Tunnel diodes and other semiconductor diodes. So this would be interesting. And then some of the physical attributes of them. It goes into some circuits. What kind of circuits do we have? 3-volt portable radio receiver. 6-volt automobile radio receiver. So did automobiles work on 6-volt at one time for the circuit? I thought they were all 12-volt. Line operated AC/DC radio receiver. A grid dip meter. Code practice oscillator. Battery chargers, universal motor speed control or lamp dimmer. Light flasher, various things. So here's your AM, FM automobile radio receiver in the parts list. Stereo amplifier. Hey, a 27 was it MC per second. What is MC? Megacycles? 5-watt Citizens band transmitter. A 40-watt CW transmitter. 35-watt amplifier. A 1-watt power oscillator. Voltage regulator, series type. Oh, we got another note in here. So this was somebody's Saturday appointments for 1966. It looks like they were working out. They did some math. And then what's on the back here? Looks like a little circuit. RCA trial. Huh. So that's interesting. So nobody touched this book since then, apparently. Okay, so that's the books I picked up. Let's see who's in the chat. So Frank S is first, and then we have Pterodine, Fograth. Sorry about making you jump with the intro music there. K-Mac, Adam McGee. Is there a chapter on how to hit a backhand? Oh, that's what you were asking earlier. Doc Brown ordered all his parts. Yeah. Jim's retro stuff. To do everything is broken garage. Hello. So the errands I was doing when I watched, not everything is broken garage. It was Big Bad Biologist, Big Bad Bench. I was driving to go pick this stuff up. Joe's Computer Museum, megacycles. Thank you, Joe. So megahertz, same thing. That's right. I forgot. Wasn't the British terminology to use megacycles instead of megahertz? And then, yeah. Anyway, or maybe it was common practice all around. So, what else did I pick up? So let's move the books out of the way. And so I found this mouse. Apparently it's liquid powered. It's a Crayola crayon kids mouse that's transparent. And it's got a palm tree. The fluid level's a little low. I may have to open this, refill it, and then maybe seal it again. I don't know. And I think it's a fish or something that's supposed to be in here. It's kind of hard to see. Anyway, but I thought that was kind of neat. You know, I haven't tried it yet to see if it works, but I thought that would be a good conversation piece. So needs a little bit of TLC on the cable. It's starting to come loose. So I'll probably open it up and see whether I can refill that or not. And then there's only one other thing I picked up. This is probably going to be the most useful thing. You know, I have several monitors I use for various projects and things. And I came across, and I've got a TV that's huge that's got all these connectors. So this is a little Polaroid TV. Get this up a little higher. Okay. So it's a Polaroid TV. But what I liked about it was all the connectors on the back. So we've got VGA in. We have HDMI in. We've also got component and composite and S-video. It's got a coax lead. That's for cable TV, I'm sure. But you also have a PC audio jack where you can put in, so I could use this for composite input with audio. And I thought, and it's the right kind of aspect ratio for vintage stuff. Yeah, and it's branded Polaroid, so it's probably junk. Who knows? It's got it's a TV, so of course it's got channel selectors and stuff in it. It's got a tuner circuit, I'm sure, but it's light. It's not too heavy, and it's a decent aspect ratio for retro stuff. So that's it. That is the vintage haul for the day. I should try this mouse and see if it works. I could do that easily enough. So let's unplug. The mouse. Plug this in. Oh, it lights up. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So it illuminates the liquid. Anyway. And it works. Cool. Let's see if I can right click on something. Yes. Neat. Well, that's going to be fun. Yeah, so it's like a... You can get something white I can put behind this. You can't really see what's in there too well. Sorry. It's like a party. There's a rave going on in here. Okay. Don't know if I'm going to use that as a daily driver. It's kind of small. But it does work. So that's a plus. All right. Should I test the TV? Do I have... Well, I don't really have anything handy right now to do output. So I'll have to test that later. But... Hey, half an hour, pretty much on the dot here. So that's all I wanted to do was, quickly show off the stuff. Oh, wrong mouse. So there you go. That's going to be really annoying to use. I think. It's very bright. This will be neat to go through all these books. I think I'm going to have some fun reading through these, seeing what I could do with them. If anybody, sorry, wrong way around. If anybody would like the Macromedia manuals, let me know. I'll send them to you. But the rest of it should be kind of fun to do. So. It's kind of interesting. This is the kind of stuff my dad would have been into if he had done electronics instead of... he designed machines like cam-operated conveyor machines and things like that for automotive industry. But so he never really got into electronics. I wish he had. I tried to when I was young, but, Radio Shack was... quite a ways away, so I'd have to beg to see if I could go there and blow my saved up allowance money on whatever I could get. So I didn't get very far. In fact, I bought a Radio Shack kit for a global shortwave receiver, and you can still buy these online. There's a guy that buys used ones. And disassembles them and repackages them as a kit so you can put it together yourself. But he wants an arm and a leg for them, and they're getting hard to find now. But I built it, and unfortunately I did not read through everything. I used a soldering gun to put it together and killed every single transistor, I'm sure. And when I put the D cells into it to try it out, all it did was heat up the batteries. There were shorts all over the place in it. So anyway, I kind of gave up on it at that time, and I wish I had had somebody to guide me. So, but yeah, that's what it is. Let's see. Then I guess that's it. So there's a contest going on, just to tell you guys, to remind you. One of my videos, all you have to do is comment, and you'll get a MARCHintosh t-shirt from Ron's mercantile store. And that's good anywhere I can ship it to. So as long as it's not going to cost me $300 to get it to you or something like that, then I'll do that. What else? We've got a lot of MARCHintosh content going on. I believe there is, Dave's vintage Apple Tech is going to have his usual 8-hour stream. And that'll be tomorrow morning. What else we got going on? There's, if you check YouTube, you'll see it. But there's plenty of people that are doing content for MARCHintosh, so it's great. Looking forward to VCF Midwest. That's going to be September, 8th, 9th, 10th, or something like that. I've already got my room booked for that, so I hope to see you guys there. That's going to be a blast. I'm going to be bringing a lot of stuff to get rid of it. I'll probably put some in the auction so that they could sell it off to help pay for VCF, and then some of it I'm going to sell so that I can recoup some of the cost of going to VCF. But they'll be dealer to dealer deals. It's not something where I'm going to try to make a huge amount of money off of it. And some of it's the less desirable things. Like I've got a Performa, I think it's a 550. And, it's a teacher's computer. And it works and everything, but it's not really the most popular computer out there. So I'll be getting rid of that and some other stuff. That's about it. And you donated the animal. Oh, yeah, that's right. KMac is doing that SE30 with the reloaded board and everything. And, several of us contributed parts to it and things. I think Ron's doing the case or something. And, KMac spent a lot of time and I assume money on sourcing parts and rebuilding the board. So I just happen to have the analog board and the power supply for one that was compatible. SE30. So again, just like last year, there was the SE that was given away. This year, there's going to be an SE30. So everybody should make sure you join that contest. What else? I don't know. That's it. I guess that's it. So thanks everybody for dropping in. I know it was short notice, but just wanted to show off some of the nifty things that I picked up. All right. See y'all on the next video. And now I have to cue up the outro because I didn't prepare to do it before. Loud music coming. Yeah, KMac. Ron the Case, Frame and CRT. Joe the Blue Scuzzy. And KMac's supplying the reloaded board. So, alright. See everybody out there. Yeah, like and subscribe if you want to do that. If you like my content, even if you don't like my content, if you think somebody else would like my content, if you like the video, then it shows up more. I have a Patreon and Ko-fi and all that stuff, but really that's just so that the Patreon is mostly so I can turn around and give it to other people. So it doesn't really fund any activities here. It funds Ron and everybody else. I think we're sharing the same dollar around quite a bit. But anyway, if you feel like kicking in on something, please go ahead and do the Ko-fi or something like that. If you want to throw $1 a month at me, yeah, go ahead and do the Patreon for that. Or just like and subscribe. Or, if you don't like it and you don't want to subscribe, that's cool too. It's totally up to you. That's what's cool about this, All right. See you guys later.